Hi there. Today we're going to discuss two-step equations with grouping symbols. An equation like 2 times a quantity w plus 36 equals 114 is in the form p times a quantity x plus q equals r. It is a two-step equation with grouping symbols. It contains two factors, p and x plus q. So here on the left we have p being multiplied by a quantity x plus q. To solve the equation in the form p times a quantity x plus q equals r, the first thing we have to do is divide by the factor p. Then we're going to solve the remaining addition or subtraction equation. Friendly reminder, sometimes the factor p is a fraction or a decimal. If the coefficient is a decimal, we simply divide by the decimal. But if the coefficient is a fraction, we know that we have to multiply by the reciprocal. So here's my first example. I have 3 times the quantity x plus 5 equals 45. So I want to first by dividing by the factor p. So I'm going to divide both sides by 3. So here, 3 divided by 3 divides out to 1. On the left side, I'm left with the one-step addition equation of x plus 5 equaling 15. So now our next step is to solve the remaining addition and subtraction equation. So x is being added by 5. So I'm going to subtract by 5 on both sides of the equation. Plus 5 minus 5 zeroes out, and I'm left with just x on the left. And on the right, I'm left with 10. So before I decide if this is my solution, I want to check my work. So I'm going to start with the original equation. And where there was an x, I'm going to put a 10. Now my job is to make sure the left side will equal the right side. Order of operations tells us to do the parentheses first. So 3 times 10 plus 5 is 15. And then we're going to do the 3 times the 15. That is 45. And since our left side equals our right side, the solution of 10 is correct. Here I put this example in because I wanted to show you how there are going to be examples where the outside factor p is going to be a fraction. So I'm going to start with first the rules telling us to divide by the factor p, but if we know it's a fraction, we know that to solve it, we would have to multiply by the reciprocal. So the reciprocal of 2/3 is 3 over 2. Okay, so our 3 over 2 times our 2 over 3 is 6 over 6. It divides out to 1. So I'm just left with n plus 6 equaling 10 over 1 times 3 over 2. That equals 30 over 2, or that's 15. Okay, so now I'm just left with my one-step addition or subtraction equation. I'm left with plus 6. So to undo plus 6, I'm going to minus 6 on both sides of the equation. And plus 6 minus 6 zeroes out, so I'm just left with n. And 15 minus 6 is 9. So before I say that this is my solution, let me go in and substitute it into the original equation just to see if it's correct. So wherever I saw the n, I put a 9 and I wrote down the rest of the equation. Order of operation tells me to do parentheses first, so 2/3 times 15 equals 10. So now I can multiply this out. 2/3 times 15, so 2 times 15 is 30, and then 3 times 1 is 3. So 30 over 3 equals 10, and on the right side still is 10. So our left side equals our right side. So our solution of 9 is correct. All right, hope that video was helpful. Thank you. Bye.